towns throughout the country now, and one sign of the fact there is nothing less than a kind of revolution being attempted here, trying to change the form of Iran's government, and unlikely to settle easily for any solution which still keeps the Shah on his throne.
Revolutions are ferocious, prevalent throughout history, and always relentless. Leading an online revolution is Apurva, the rebel kid. She's smart, beautiful, and together with our army, they embrace feminism and smash patriarchy. However, nobody takes them seriously for some reason.
You serious?
The Rebel Kid started as a YouTuber with funny skits, fashion, and a lot of jokes. Her good sense of humor made her stand out, and she was getting brand deals before she even knew her life was going good. However, things would take a drastic turn. You see, she was invited to a show called India's Got Latent. Above the show, it's unfunny, has bad jokes, and is kind of show that your 12-year-old cousin watches and calls it dark humor. But hey, it's a good opportunity. She was about to make her OTT debut, and it would be a golden opportunity to promote the show. The stage was set. Out of all the guests that were invited, one guy called Ranveer Alapadya decides to crack a joke.
I'm about to come.
He laughs, the audience laughs, the kid who was probably watching the show laughs as well. But the parents, they were horrified. So a group of very angry parents, they swarm to X and start pouring their anger and frustration. But the real blow comes when an FIR is registered. Okay, boys and girls, we messed up. We can always settle this claim. It's not like it would get any worse from. Media gets the whiff of the story. And now Ranveer's show is being blasted across every television in the country. People are furious. And media constantly adding fuel to the fire. It becomes a national issue. So much so that they get spawned into the Supreme Court of India. And our rebel kid was not safe from it either. You see, when people were doing some digging, they found out that our rebel kid was dropping curse words like how politicians give away cash during the elections. An FIR was registered against her as well. After a trip to police station and some court shenanigans, our rebel kid was free. And after a few days of hiding, she comes out and drops a bombshell, a video explaining her side of story titled. Now this video was taken positively and Rebel Kid for the first time was appreciated for her honesty. The highs did not stop there. She got new fans and a lot of people were coming forward to support her. She was in everyone's Instagram story and young girls made her their mother, a privilege only some women hold. Things were going good again, but a storm was coming. When people looked closely into the comments, they spot something that catches their eye. Though the positive comments were more abundant, the negative ones were grabbing more attention. Pair that to a fact that the woman had found a new mother and she was everywhere meant only one thing. So Apurva army gets hit with a barrage of memes. An unprovoked attack, they were furious. And in classical teenage girl fashion, they start blaming men. How dare the men? Exclaimed everyone. We must gather our forces and attack the men at once. The plan was solid. However, this plan has holes. When you blame an entire gender for memes, there are consequences. Plus, not everyone is friendly enough to give a proper argument. So they will say a lot of hurtful things, which might permanently traumatize young girls. But when the guys found out that they were actually arguing against a bunch of 15-year-olds, they decided it was better to drop it and act like it never happened. What followed next was a moment of peace. The rebel kid was still gaining popularity. Some occasional memes would pop here and there, but it was more directed towards her community rather than her. The rebel kid had grown her fan base to millions, with new ones joining every single day. But it was the calm before the storm. In a month's time, something historic would happen. Something that would divide the internet into two parts. But that's for another video. Part 2 coming out soon.